Hello, I'm Ben Schrock, and welcome to another episode of Unlocking Your Financial Future. And joining me again today is Colleen LeMasters. Colleen, welcome back.
Hi, thanks for having me.
You bet. And so if you missed our last one, Colleen and I discussed the Secure Act 2.0. Gave a high-level overview of the original Secure Act and then also the changes that Secure Act 2.0 is bringing to the table. We just kind of went right down the line, right? I mean, there's so many bullet points. There's so much more that details that go into that. And, you know, as you listen to that, listen a couple times over, if you have questions, just reach out and give us a shout. So pretty cool stuff on that. But our industry, as always, is ever changing. And, you know, as advisors, we're always trying to learn new things and tackle new chores. And, this episode is all going to be about Colleen. And Colleen accomplished it.
I don't like talking about myself.
That's too bad. I got the microphone, son. So, all about Colleen's newest task that she accomplished late last year. It was over the course of multiple months, if not years. Colleen took courses and completed her Certified Financial Planner designation, or CFP. First of all, Colleen, congratulations! It's quite the task to accomplish. So
Thank you, I
congrats.
appreciate it.
Yeah, we're all happy for you. We know just how much time and effort goes into that. I don't have the CFP, but I know the rigorous training and it's a lot. So it's tough to juggle that and be a mom and work full time, do it all, and get that is awesome. So congrats. So
Thank you.
Today we're going to talk about the Certified Financial Planner designation. What kind of goes into it? What does it really mean? And kind of the things to look for in our industry with people that have them. So Colleen, let's just kind of start off with that. What was the experience of getting the CFP like, and give me a timeline on how long it took? Because you had the Chartered Financial Consultant, which consists of a lot of the same courses,
correct.
But the CFP is just, I think, one more. It's
one
a
more
cumulative test.
Yes, correct.
Yep. Okay.
It is a cumulative test. So really, for both of those designations, you have to first meet an education requirement. Mm-hmm. So that education requirement is you go through various principles or topics that relate to like financial planning. So you have financial planning, you have retirement planning, you have trying to think like tax planning, estate planning. And really to me, they also have like the investment planning and risk management and insurance. And their new thing that they came out with too, that they kind of added into the test this past year, was really the psychology of financial planning, which honestly I think is probably the most helpful piece. Just because we're all emotional, right? We're all emotional about our money. So it's very helpful to kind of help people around that piece. Yeah,
and something that we oftentimes take for granted because we're in the industry, right? We've seen the market go up and down, up and down. Yeah. And granted, we have money exposed. We invest on our own, but also taking a step back from the advisor role and putting yourself in the client's chair. I think that psychology of it is very helpful.
Correct.
So you took the classes, passed about a 6-hour test, 7-hour test? Yeah,
so you have to pass the 6-hour test, and then on top of that, you have to meet an experience requirement. Okay. So, which says that you must complete like 1,000 hours of professional experience before you can become a certified financial planner. So that means you can't just go out like day one that you're in the industry and get it. You have to have 1,000 hours of experience on top of that. So I think like that's really important too. So it's just people that carry that designation have to have been, in the industry for a period of time.
Yeah, and it's kind of like the gold standard in our industry. And what kind of drove you to getting the CFP? What was that decision? Say, I think I'm just gonna. You didn't wake up one morning and think, I want a new task today, a new challenge. Why'd you get the CFP, and what has it meant to you in your business and your practice here?
Yeah, so I kind of had a long road to the CFP, and I'll be honest with you, it was kind of interesting because I started the classes before I had my first son Connor, who's now 4. So you can see how that all transpired. So then I finished the classes, and then I was like, I don't know if I want to sit for a 6-hour test. I just don't have the time. My husband was in a medical residency, so he was like never home. And I was working a lot trying to grow my own personal, book of business. Yeah. And then on top of that, being a mom. So it was kind of tough for me. Then the pandemic hit. Yeah. I was pregnant with my second. I don't know. So all these things just kind of
Life happened.
Life happened, and then it kind of was an aha moment one day. I was like, you did all this studying,
Yeah.
you have everything else. All you need to do is sit for the test. So I finally just decided I'm going to do it.
Good.
So that was kind of my long road.
4-year program. That's
4-year program.
second college education,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But for most, you can probably get it done in like 2 years if you, if you don't take breaks. But
Awesome.
in there, so I think that was kind of the road on that side, and I also thought it would really help me, I guess. Help my clients, right? Because people come across our debt, come to us for various problems, issues, and unique situations, and it really has opened my mind to other ways that we can think, or maybe just outside the box ways that we can help someone through that situation.
And then with that, you got to refresh that and take classes, right? Continuing education, because our
Correct.
industry is always changing. And how often you got to do that? Every
It's
2
like
years?
every 2 years,
Okay.
about 30 hours or so. Every 2 years, you have to take some in ethics, which all of on the insurance side, we also have to do ethics. So that's very common on that side.
Yeah. So I guess the main difference of, what's the big, key item with a CFP? Because there's multiple ways, multiple people can have it in our industry, right? We talk about it all the time with, who we are. We're a fee-based investment advisory firm. We do carry insurance licenses, so we can get paid a commission through those channels of business.
Yeah.
But for, when we invest people's money in the market, we get paid a fee for doing so. So can fee-based only advisors get CFPs, or commission-based, combination of both, or what's kind of anyone can get it?
So really, everyone can. It doesn't matter if you're commission, fee-based, or fee only. You can carry a certified financial planning license. The only thing is you have to disclose your conflicts of interest to your clients, right?
Okay.
So like we do here, because we're a fiduciary firm, we have to have people sign off on that. We do have a conflict of interest,
Yeah.
right? We carry insurance license,
Sure.
so that's a conflict of interest in the eyes of all those things, and
Yep.
we get paid a commission from those companies. So same way, if you're just a commission only in CFP
Like
broker, you have to disclose it. That's how you get paid, and as long as it's disclosed, then it's fine,
Right.
right?
So someone that has the commissionable licenses in our industry, actually, I'm going to sell you a mutual fund, right? A Series 6 or 7. I'm
Yeah.
going to sell you a mutual fund and get paid a commission, or I'm going to put you in a fee-based wrapper. I get to decide that, right? A CFP just has to actually disclose that to them to say, hey, no, I'm selling this today. I'm getting paid a commission. That tomorrow
Correct.
I'm getting
Yeah.
a fee. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Where do you see this? Like you said, it adds another level of education to your, to our business, but where do you see this being applicable in your practice and meeting with clients outside the kind of, you mentioned the creative cases you can get into? Is there a forum of other CFPs you can have access to talk to, discuss things with?
Yeah, so there is a forum that you can go to, and if you have a weird question or something, and people can give their feedback on it. The other thing that I think will be helpful just in our practice at BA Schrock Financial Group is just really more of that, some more high-level advanced planning topics that I think will really help people going forward, because we do, in my opinion, we do a great job with Social Security planning for our clients that are retired, and giving that best advice around that. We do a great job tax planning, so I think it's just kind of like that next level, which is really like that estate planning, and how can we maximize that estate, is really going to be helpful for us going forward.
Absolutely. Yeah, and grabbing some of those, opportunities that exist, obviously it's select clients when we start talking estate planning, larger clients, larger estates, and things of that nature. In past, we know enough to be dangerous, right? And say, okay, we know now we have to involve an attorney. We always have to involve an attorney to do some of those things, but you might have some real life examples or some case studies that have happened that you've studied now that you can apply in the real world.
Correct.
Yeah. Anything else on the CFP that you want to share or talk about?
I mean, really, I mean, the biggest thing that they harp on is like ethics, and that's having the number one thing that they said is like have integrity, right?
Yeah.
Like, and treat people with respect, and they just kind of want to, make sure that you're doing that on an ongoing basis. So on top of like your education requirements, you also have to meet their code of ethics. And if you don't meet their code of ethics, you can also be, those designations can be removed.
Stripped from it, yeah. And I think that's one of those things, right, where they want to make sure, I'm sure the CFP board wants to make sure that, they're stamping their letters of approval on you, right? It's like
Correct.
the certified USDA, man.
Yeah.
Boom, we got that.
Hope I'm not stamped like that.
But, that's what the CFP is. It's saying, okay, trust us because I'm a CFP. So someone could easily, someone that isn't ethical, or goes down that path, can definitely take advantage of that, right?
Correct.
Take advantage of individuals that do that. So is there a review, like a board, or people like submit complaints to, or issues that can be reported to so that people can be monitored and watched over?
Correct. So like we do have to disclose like if we have any like conflicts, right? Like I have to personally disclose that to them if that were to arise. Okay.
Yeah.
Another way people can actually just submit it right on their website, a complaint, and then that goes through like a review board.
Sure.
And, goes through all those channels. And then, if they deem that it warrants like a suspension or a revocation, then they can do that.
So basically, let's just say some Joe Schmo walks off the street and doesn't like what you did, files a complaint with you, and you dismiss that, and you're just like, yeah, it's nothing.
Yeah.
And then they went and filed one on the board. It probably wouldn't look that good. Or
Correct.
you just come clean and say, listen, this happened.
Yeah.
I did nothing wrong,
Correct.
but it was still filed
Yeah.
here in the office, and you want to make sure that it's
Just always
covered.
disclosed. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah, I think it's definitely a cool thing. It's a cool way to further your education in our industry, and I'm glad you did it, not me. But yeah, it is. It definitely is something that adds another element to our firm as well, like you mentioned. And I believe it is something really good and beneficial to continue that and further that education.
Yeah.
I know you're working on Dan too to get his.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
But, so anything else outside the ethics or anything else that we missed on the CFP?
No, I mean, I guess the other thing on like the experience, requirement, you do have to have a bachelor's degree
Okay.
too. So I think like that's also important,
Yeah.
to note, like you can't just like typically in our industry, if you just have a high school diploma, you can go and get a securities license,
Yep.
which I don't think a lot of people know that rule, but it's the same like in the insurance world, right? All you need to do is be 18 and have a high school diploma and you can get an insurance
Sure.
license. So it actually that education piece is very, very important to them.
Yeah, that makes sense, and that's why they hold that pretty high in there.
Correct.
So that makes sense. But well, awesome, Colleen. Thank you for enlightening us on the CFP designation, the path that it took to get there, and we're excited to see all that hard work get used here. And if people have specific questions regarding this, hey, if you're an advisor listening to this and want to talk to Colleen about her journey along there, reach out to her. I'm sure she'd be happy to tell you exactly what she did and some of the different study tools and
Yeah.
techniques that you used, because there's a variety of options out there, I'm sure.
Correct. And
So-
I need to be held down. I'm not very good at the virtual learning areas.
I'm with you. So, but again, if you have any questions regarding this, you can always reach out to our office, reach out to Colleen here at 330-473-1060. Regarding the CFP designation specifically, reach out to her. Email address is colleen@BASchrock-FG.com. Or you just have a general question or want to set up a time to meet with any of our advisors here in the office, you can go to our website at www.BASchrock-FG.com and set up a time with one of us there. So again, Colleen, thanks for joining me, and stay tuned for the next episode.
Yeah. Thank you.